following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WZWA Network and my review show here of NXT Spring Breakin 2022. Interesting stuff really on this show. I haven't watched NXT since Stand and Deliver. Some of you may be aware that sometimes I do a review of the weekly show, the NXT review with the MWA Podcast Network. I've been a little busier these days, so I haven't been able to join Piers Austin for those reviews, but I still want to review the specials that NXT put on because I still feel like it is relevant. It is relevant, you know. A lot of controversy recently with NXT, obviously with a lot of people recently being released from NXT. So, you know, Dakota Kai, she's gone. Malcolm Bivens is gone. Harland is gone. Dexter Lumis is gone. Persia Pirotta is gone, which kind of throws a spanner in the works for some of these stories that have been built up for months and months. And I have a feeling that these releases are coming about without anybody taking into account to maybe talk to the people who are writing NXT, because I heard John Laurinaitis, Johnny Ace himself, was the decision maker behind all of these releases recently. And I just feel like, geez, you had all these stories building, and now a whole bunch of them have, again, as I just said, a spanner thrown in the works. So I will probably bring that up here and there throughout this review. But sad to see Dakota Kai go. I think she was really good, but she didn't want to stay on the company. You know, she wanted to go. So props to her. All the power to her. But let's start things off. North American Championship match. It's the champion, Cameron Grimes, taking on Solo Sikoa, Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams at ringside. Trick did not do one thing to be involved in this matchup. I think he should have done at least one thing because that's the point of having someone out there. Match started off hot. The crowd was hot. Great high back body drop early on by Solo Sikoa on Carmelo Hayes. I think Cameron Grimes is ready for the main roster, but I keep it in NXT for probably another year. They need some names, and I think he needs to get up in that title hunt. He needs to move up towards the main event as far as I'm concerned. He's doing a very good job. His character has been very consistent over the last couple of years. Especially with all the angles that he's had, you know, going from the feud with LA Knight straight into the thing with Duke Hudson, and then going straight back into this thing for the North American Championship and his story with Carmelo Hayes, etc. Very choreographed match, I have to be honest with you. You can tell sometimes when you've been watching wrestling this long, you can tell when something is just choreographed from start to fucking finish. And I will bring that up a little bit more in just a moment. But got to give props once again to Wade fucking Barrett. He is the #1 color guy in the WWE right now. And I probably would say wrestling, but I enjoy Taz's work a little bit too much because Taz is just great at what he does. Picture in picture again. I fast forward that shit. I know for a fact now, after all this time with this picture in picture bullshit, I know that nothing of interest really happens during it. So I fast forward that shit every single time. Had to put that out there because it annoys me. So fucking what of it? There was a little botch at one stage. Carmelo is in the corner. Solo is charging at him. Obviously, Carmelo was supposed to put the foot up, which would then lead to this superplex powerbomb spot, which was pretty cool. They recovered fine. And I just think the botch was simply because they have pretty much written the whole match. And sometimes it can be very difficult to remember every little thing, especially if you're having a 15-minute match. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it. I don't know really if well, I'm not saying that they're being taught wrong there at the Performance Center. I'm not. Or the agenting for NXT. I'm not saying that they're doing the wrong thing, but I think we really need to also get back to having a few spots planned, but then for the most part, just fucking listen to the audience, feel the crowd, and work your match that way. That's how I did it. When I wrestled, I had the finish planned, and then that was it. It was all improvised. And you still can have a great match. Trust me. Anyway, Grimes is good. I thought Hayes had it at one stage. And then I thought Sikoa had it. So it was great work from the guys with their choreography to at least make me think at this stage and at that stage that the title was going to change hands. Great work with the camera, of course, as well. I think Sikoa had hit a splash on Grimes and Hayes came in to stop the pinfall. The camera doesn't show him running in to stop it, so that helps with the drama. So sometimes they get it right production-wise, even though pretty much everyone hates Kevin Dunn. Grimes retains great stuff moving forward. There's a vignette. Mandy Rose. God damn. Looking good in a bikini. She's getting herself a little tan. I wrote Christ's sake, bro. And then here comes Wendy Chu, and I'm still not into this character. I don't understand why she would wear that outfit all the time. There's no fucking way. It's not true to life. I understand it's a gimmick, okay? I get it. I know I'm nitpicking. It's not fair, but I'm nitpicking. This is cheesy as shit. Wendy Chu comes along. She turns up the fucking the dial on the tanning bed, and Mandy ends up looking like a fucking lobster. Gigi and JC shocked to find Mandy burned to a crisp. So they're headed to the beach, and Mandy is going to head back to the hotel or whatever the fuck. I just thought it was cheesy as shit, but Gigi Dolan is gorgeous. Coming up next, the debuting Nathan Frazer. Hell of a name, bro. Interviewed by Hottie Toddy Mackenzie Mitchell, I think her name is. I always have a hard time remembering these names in NXT, bro. I always have a hard time. I just wrote, I want him to get his ass kicked. But one thing I do like is Mackenzie Mitchell saying back to you guys at ringside, instead of when in WWE, a fucking interviewer will just stand there staring as the person walks away or goes, or, you know, fuck that shit. I hate that. Throw it back to fucking ringside. Moving forward, Nathan Frazer takes on Australia's own Grayson Waller, and I've forgotten the name of his bodyguard, but clearly he must have been one of the people that were released. Or maybe, I don't know. I haven't kept up with the stories, but I think that's a mistake. I don't think it's fair. He's a big guy. He probably needed more time to be ready to perform and wrestle on the shows. So I think I don't know. I just think that they didn't give him enough of a chance. That's just me. But I also heard a report that Dave Meltzer reckons that NXT talent are being given 90 days to show that they are improving. Otherwise, they'll get released. And that is just clear fucking bullshit as far as I'm concerned. Meltzer, clearly, as we all know, he's a fan of AEW. He wants them to succeed, because if they don't succeed, what he's been saying about what the real wrestling should be is wrong. And then all these years, he now looks like a complete and utter fucking tit. Diamond Mine are backstage before this matchup begins. Strong is, given the Creeds 1-4. Obviously, Malcolm Bivens not there anymore, and I just wrote this group is fucking doomed. It's such a shame, because I really liked the Diamond Mine. I really thought that thing could have worked, but Bivens didn't want to be re-signed, so power to him, you know. Maybe he just saw the writing on the wall, and he knew that managers aren't going to fucking do shit in WWE unless their name is Paul Heyman. Hopefully different for LA Knight. Okay, then we also cross over. This is so funny. A team makes their entrance, and then we're crossing backstage to shit going on there. And the team's just waiting in the ring for these moments to take place. Very contrived. Duke and Indy Hartwell are there, obviously both looking very upset because Persia Pirotta and Dexter Lumis are now no longer in the company. She's looking at a wedding ring. They look at each other. They look like they're about to make out. And then they both bail on it and run off. We know where this is headed. I just hope that they don't get released as well before we finally get to the fucking end of the story. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. Whether you like that angle or not with the fucking, Persia hooking up with Duke and Dexter and Indy, and whether you like the angle or not, I would have liked to have seen it at least have its fucking conclusion. I don't know what Persia did wrong to be fucking released, because I thought she was a fine worker. I thought she was great in the backstage segment. So fuck, man. Whatever it is that they want to do, they're going to do. And who fucking cares, right? Because why be fucking invested in any of the NXT people when just, on a whim, like fucking 8 of them can get released just like that? So why give a fuck? Why give a fuck? I think that's a massive problem. Anyway, Frazer had this really epic entrance, which I thought was over the top, but whatever. I hate build-ups to matches that are built over social media. Don't be fucking lazy. It's not fucking hard, bro. Think of something to put on TV before you get there. You should know what the card is fucking at least a month out. Come up with some shit. Fuck. I hate the energetic white meat rookie baby face with something to prove. I've always hated it. I love seeing those kinds of characters get their ass handed to them. There was a rope break at one stage. I thought that it could have been over there, but you could see Waller scooting over to be able to reach that rope break. I can't remember what he was hit with before it, but it doesn't fucking matter. Who cares? Waller losing that bodyguard, again, I just thought, what's the fucking point? It seems like in WWE, if someone is given a bodyguard, that bodyguard has a fucking, they're doomed. I think they're doomed. I think they think, oh yeah, we'll put him with this guy and that'll be great. And then after a few months, they just lose interest and can't be bothered telling that story that we've seen a fucking million times, where the bodyguard ends up getting sick and tired of being pushed around by their boss. And then they turn, oh man, don't you just get fucking tired of the same fucking angles in wrestling? I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for him. I don't think he was doing a bad job. Phoenix splash from Frazer. He gets the win. And, good for him, right? But I wasn't sure about the finish with the fucking air horn from Andre Chase and Chase U there in the fucking audience. An air horn caused Grayson Waller to stumble on the top rope. I thought that was dumb, but got to do something to fucking create an angle, right? We find out about this Fallon Henley. And I thought to myself, yowza, I'd like a country girl. I think Brooks and Jensen need this. They need this to complete the package. I think they're a little, I don't know. I'm still not 100% sold on it. Sometimes I'm entertained by Brooks and Jensen. Sometimes I'm not. There was a sit-down meeting with AT. How you fucking doing, Tone? How you fucking doing? And his Guidos with a Legado del Fantasma. I thought it was going to be excellent. I was popping hard for AJ Galante being there. I thought it was a fantastic little segment. Interested to see where it goes. Hopefully it goes somewhere and we get to see its conclusion and people did get released before we get there. Hopefully. Fuck. Mackenzie interviews the Viking Raiders, interrupted by Pretty Deadly. I've told you a million times, I hate that fucking cookie cutter shit. Someone's being interviewed and fucking 15 seconds into the interview, someone walks up to them. I just think that's fucking lazy. Stop fucking doing it. Think of something else. I dare every fucking product out there. I dare you all you companies, go 6 months without doing that fucking spot. Please try it. See what you can come up with. Okay, we get a promo with Joe Gacy. He does not have Harlan anymore. I don't know if that's been explained or anything like that. I don't know if people just got released and they didn't get to have a little final moment where they were taken out or written off. I don't like that. I think if you're releasing people, you got to write them off the show. You can't just have them just disappear. That's bullshit. Okay, moving forward. Cora Jade teaming with Nikkita Lyons against Natalya and Lash Legend. I wrote this note. I wonder how stressful it can be for certain NXT people, because it just seems like 1 minute you could be there, you're on the show, and then the next it's not enough and you're gone. I wonder what like someone like Lash Legend is thinking or how she feels. Because, you know, she had this thing that she was doing when she first arrived as a character, you know, lashing out or whatever it was called. And then I guess they stopped doing it because maybe they felt, oh, this isn't really working. And I could have told you that from the get-go. It wasn't going to work doing like an Oprah fucking talk show. Just not going to work. But I hopefully she gets a chance to show what she can do. She's still a little green, but anyway, she's a tall lady, former WNBA player. Maybe they see something in her. Hopefully she's given the chance, because, you know, anyway, fucking let's just get through this fucking thing. Cora really has had a great past 6 months. Very proud of her as a fan. I feel like Natalya doesn't age. Nikkita Lyons is over, bro. She's over, and why not? Of course, take one look at her and you can see why. Not sure about the color scheme of her outfit. I think they maybe, I mean, I don't mind the way that the outfit's been designed. That's fine. I just don't like that green color. I think that she should wear something a little more, I don't know, spectacular. A color that's more spectacular. Okay. She's over, but I have to say it was hard for me to be entirely invested in this match. It was good, but I have no idea why the fuck the match is happening in the first place. And this is my fault because I haven't kept up with anything since Stand and Deliver. You know, Cora was you know, up in that championship fucking division, the women's championship division. And now all of a sudden she's teaming with Nikkita Lyons, when she was already teaming with Raquel Gonzalez for a bit there, but then Raquel started teaming with Dakota Kai, and now Dakota Kai's gone. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just, NXT is weird. Well, you know, you stop watching for a few months and so much has fucking happened, which isn't a bad thing, but it's also a bad thing if the things that have happened is just like fucking shitloads of people have left the company. Anyway, there was another moment here. The low point, I suppose, was Natalya was on the ring apron, and you could clearly hear her tell Cora Jade, "Knock me off. You talk too much." I kept thinking that Nikkita Lyons was going to pop out of her top, but in the end, Nikkita Lyons and Cora win. I think the finish was a little bit flat. I think that they could have done that, you know, Nikkita hitting the splits leg drop and Cora hitting that senton splash. I think there could have been a way that they could have gone about it that might have made it seem a little bit more impressive. I don't think the finish was very strong there. And I'm not sure about that finish for Cora because she's pretty small and I don't think it's a lot of impact for a finisher. I think she should just do something a little bit more simple. You know, maybe utilizing some sort of knee, because the knee is the hardest part of the fucking body to hit someone with. Anyway, moving forward, Tatum Paxley with a promo. We're really hyping this breakout tournament for the ladies. These names are just picked out of a fucking hat, man. Like they have first names and surnames in two hats, and they pick one and then they pick another and then that's someone's name. That's just how I feel. Tatum Paxley. What kind of name is Tatum Paxley? It just doesn't sound like someone's name. You know, what was the other girl's name? Let me scroll up here. Fallon Henley. Okay, that's not too bad. Can't wait for her to go to the main roster and just be called Fallon, and the other one just be called Paxley. But E for effort with these little vignettes. Hopefully they will still be on the roster by the time the tournament takes place. Toxic Attraction, baby. They're at the beach. It's Gigi, it's JC. They're whinging about Wendy Chu. And what do you know? Wendy Chu and Io Shirai sneak up. This is cheesy as fuck. I have to say, Io Shirai looked absolutely fucking gorgeous. I don't know what it was, but where was it? Her makeup was done differently, or just seeing her dressed like in civilian type clothes, beach clothes. I don't know. She looked gorgeous. But this was cheesy as fuck. They steal the car keys. They steal the shoes. They drive the car a few meters up the road, then take the keys back and drop them off at the front of the entrance to the beach. And they're showing off that they've got the fucking shoes, and Toxic Attraction go to chase after them. I just wrote stupid. Like, this isn't something that would happen in real life. I just think, I don't know. Sometimes I nail these things, like the fucking sit down with Legato and TA fucking Duanton and his Guidos. But then they do something less, and I'm just like, fuck, it's cheesy as shit. Anyway, moving forward, only 2 matches to go, everybody. The Creed brothers take on the Viking Raiders. So good to have some, main roster guys coming down here, helping the young talent. The Diamond Mine are clearly on the brink of being extinct. I thought it was going to be a squash match at the beginning because the Viking Raiders dominated very quickly early on. And I thought, oh, shit, fuck. Could have been over there, but nope. So the Creeds were going to have to dig deep, and they did. But I was feeling impatient at this point of the show. I was feeling like, man, I kind of can't wait for this to be over. That's just me. That's just what happens these days with me. It's very hard to keep me fucking invested. But this was a good match. Ivar with a splash off the apron. Then there was a Pearl River plunge from him. There were 3 kickouts that I thought could have been the finish, especially after the Ivar splash off the top rope. That was the 3rd one. They got me several times here, so good for them. Julius with the superplex on Ivar was insane. It was good to see the Viking Raiders given some time to have a fucking proper match and show what they can do. It's kind of like one of the first times I've seen him wrestle a full match, to be honest with you. The backdrop, leg drop combo from the Raiders was insane in the membrane. Crowd were starting to really get into it at that point. Here comes Roderick Strong with a knee to the head of one of the Viking Raiders. The Creeds win. Good shit. And here we go. The Creeds and Roderick were arguing. And then we cut to our next segment, which is AJ Galante in a parking lot, and Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma kidnap him. That's a crime, mate. And that's caught on camera. So I expect Santos and the whole crew to be behind bars by the next episode of NXT. Thank you. Karlifornia was next, and she's got a name change. So that really fucking sticks in my craw, man, because I like going Karlifornia. She's from fucking Scotland. Alba Fire is the name now. Fuck me dead, bro. It's not bad, but Alba. What the fuck is Alba? Have any of you out there got a friend called Alba? Tell me, a female friend called Alba. I'd love to know. Her surname's Fire, and what do you know? She happens to like fire as well. What do you know? Fucking hell. Brooks and Jensen are backstage. This made me laugh. The doctor, obviously, he's got a sore wrist. He's had some problems finding a lady over the last few months, and the doctor asked him if there was a reason why his right hand and right arm was stronger than his left. Very good. It's because he jerks his fucking gherkin. Right. Finally, let's get to the main event. Definitely a foregone conclusion as far as I could tell. I don't foresee a title change here, considering the whole Ziggler-Bron breaker thing. Bron was selling well early. Gacy is always in character from go to woe when that match begins to the match finishes, and furthermore. I think they should consider Bron having a heel turn before he goes to the main roster, because this can get old real quick because babyface title reigns are fucking tough, bro, especially when you're in a building like that in front of the same fans every fucking week and you're not touring and getting different fans and their reactions. Those fans in that building, it's not going to be long until they might start to fucking turn on him. And he's doing a great job, but fuck, man. I don't know. I'm not big on babyface title runs at the top because the chase is more exciting. And I know that there's one guy out there that I argued with on Twitter about this who thinks that the times that the business has drawn the most money was from babyface title reigns. And I said, not past Hogan, not past Bruno and Hogan, cunt. All right. Since then, when it got to fucking primetime TV, because just like every other TV show, it should be heat, and you get those little moments of comeuppance for the heels. It works across all different genres. Okay, this is how it fucking works. So I don't know what's going to happen coming up for Bron, but I think a heel turn before he goes to the main roster at least should be in the cards. Great Steiner Bulldog. There was a hooded figure in the crowd. It's not Haaland. There was a botch on the belly to belly. I don't know if he was trying to go for his uncle's spinning belly to belly, but that might need some work. Bron Breakker wins with a fucking spear. And I just wrote, fuck, please don't have another wrestler with the fucking spear as a finisher. It's enough already. Okay. Yes, he has that gorilla press into the power slam, which he can't hit on everyone. So he might need another move to use to fucking win a match. Don't do the fucking spear. It's done. Too many people fucking use it. Can't. Anyway, Breakker wins. There's hooded figures that stand on the apron as we go off the air. I like it. I like it. I like ending it on a slight cliffhanger. It won't make me tune in this next week for the show to find out what happens. I'll read the results maybe, but that's how I feel about NXT. Great matches, great action in the ring, but just for me personally, it's not my bag, not my cup of tea. But then again, nothing is right now except for like Impact's pay-per-views and the NWA's pay-per-views and some WWE pay-per-views, but never AEW, unfortunately. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. My review show here of NXT Spring Breakin', and to give it a rating out of 10, I'm going to give it like a 6.5. It was good. It wasn't bad. It was serviceable, but it didn't blow my fucking mind. So there we have it. Thank you all for checking out this review here of NXT Spring Breakin'. I'm Karlifornia, and I'll see you down the fucking road.
Network, that's the way we like. Good God Almighty. Network, that's the way we like. Get puppies. Network, that's the way we like. Get.
The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.